Oh, why'd you go and say that? This website was a mistake. Yeah. All right, Twitter Freaks, Twitter Freaks, Twitter Freaks. So last time I started by going, Twitter Freaks, so why'd you go and say that? And so many people were like, Joseph, that's exactly how I feel right now. I feel so bad, and, I feel so resigned to the fact that the freaks are running the asylum that I am glad that you were so dejected. I want to be completely clear with you. I'm sorry. You all can be dejected for a week. Then you got to get off your fucking ass. It's time to stop being dejected. It's time to get back to what matters, which is going on twitter.com and laughing at posts. Oh, my God. There is nothing better you can do with your time right now than experience the pure, unadulterated joy of looking at crazy people online. And let's begin with this first one. It comes from the boy Claire. YouTube Shorts showed me an ad about a horny mobile game with an AI voiceover of Trump. Okay, let's just listen to this together.
People ask me all the time, what's your favorite game besides golf? Folks, let me tell you, there's this game called Prison Angels. It's such a big deal over there. You probably heard of it. And I play a little bit of it, not too much. It's very addictive. It's tremendous. It's fun. You should try it. It's so beautiful. Now you want to know my favorite character in this game?
Of course.
Mystic. He's
Whoa!
so incredible. I love him so much. People ask me.
Okay, two incredible parts of this. First, I love the sweaty breathing women. I love how he says, Prison Angels.
What's your favorite game besides golf? Folks, let me tell you, there's this game called Prison Angels.
Prison Angels. And I also love when he turns into evil SpongeBob here for exactly one word, which is mystic.
In this game, it's Mystic.
Mystic. Good stuff. Okay. Next up. Okay, we're doing a couple SNLs this week. They're so good. So if you don't know, Dave Chappelle-Roan was the host of SNL 2 weeks ago, and he did his classic Dave move, which is like in every SNL begins with a monologue from this week's featured guest, and he was like, actually, Wacky Dog, I have some really serious things to say today. Let me get out a cigarette so you all know I'm serious. And he just spoke at the camera without telling jokes for 5 minutes. And so Bowen Yang, God bless him, he's on this show and he will get online and in front of cameras and he'll say stuff like, this is not who we are. We must reject hatred. And then his boss is like, hey, we invited hatred to do the fucking show next week. And every time, everyone praises him for looking dejected in the final cut of the show. Look, huge shouts out. This is the third time Dave Chappelle has hosted while Bowen is in the cast, but they've never been in a sketch together. Oh, cool. Damn. Libbers, man. Libbers. Huge shouts out for maybe, possibly, potentially protesting Dave Chappelle's appearances on SNL by doing nothing. What we have to understand is that the chuddy way of life isn't just proclaiming that nothing ever happens. Sometimes it's grabbing the reins of history and forcing them towards the path of nothingness. Sometimes nothing must ever happen by your own hand. Next up. This was worse than 9/11, which, of course, Seth MacFarlane was supposed to be a part of, but famously overslept because he drank too much the night before. Okay, so this comes from the boy, Seth MacFarlane. He goes, since this has been trending, here's a fun fact. Let's just listen to this. You all know this clip.
Secret I feel I have to share with you. I did not care for The Godfather.
What?
Did not care for The Godfather.
How can you say
How can
that?
you even say that, Dad?
Didn't like it.
Peter, it's so good. It's like the perfect movie.
This is what everyone always says. Whenever they say,
Robert De Niro, Al Pacino. I mean, you never see Robert Duvall.
No, fine actor. Did not like the movie.
Why not?
Couldn't get into it.
Explain yourself. What didn't you like about it?
It insists upon itself, Lois.
What?
It insists upon itself.
What does that even mean?
Does it has a valid point to make. It's insistent.
It's so good. But Seth MacFarlane showed up and finally said, Here's a fun fact. It insists upon itself was a criticism my college film history professor used to explain why he didn't think The Sound of Music was a great film. First-rate teacher, but I never quite followed that one. I really don't know what he's talking about. It insists upon itself. April Showersies, thank you for the raid. I hope you had a great stream. How was everybody's stream? Did it go well? We're at the part of the stream where we laugh at people on Twitter. This is about a 50-minute long segment. So if you don't want to be a part of this, I completely understand. There will be Yuging afterwards. Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, in quotes. Am I still in Master Duel? Let me pop over to just chatting for the next little bit. Has anyone ever told you look like skinny Peter Griffin? About 100 times. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't need to know it. Next up. Nearly 4 million Americans have been out of work for at least 6 months. And why the fuck are you using my picture? I love this guy. This guy has been all around town this week. This little picture has snuck its way into a bunch of different news stories. Unfortunately, it is given in the responses as someone who's not actually this guy, but come on, be cool. Next up. My brother lived with this guy for 2 years. Is it Zach? Why are you lying? If you're not lying, that's incredible. Small fucking world. Next up. Okay. We have an update from Horse Electrolytes Man. So if you guys are unfamiliar, about 6 months ago, this man, Pig Shits on Balls, who has just incredible nails, purchased an industrial-sized, like, 1.5-gallon jug of Horse Electrolytes, which he eats every day. He claims it has solved both his iron deficiency and prevents him from getting hungover. And he has been taking them for 6 months now. Now, every so often, everyone hopes that he will die. But he finally got a job that gives him health insurance, and as a result is getting blood work done. We've been waiting on the blood work for a couple of days. God, I hope we get... I need to know what's happening. I cannot imagine what it's going to show. And I think the funniest outcome is that it shows nothing. This is how I learned that Americans without health insurance have to pay for blood tests, LMFAO. We have to pay for everything. Frequently, we have to pay for shit with insurance. This is what I used to play Ryziel for 11 hours yesterday. You didn't need much. Although, given how some of my games went, maybe you did need much. All right, next up.
To build the pyramids, how they used to do that? They used to be 90 fucking feet tall, nigga. They used to eat and drink the sunlight every day. Pray to that bitch. Nah, we used to pray to the sun, nigga. The sun was our friend. Elephants, we locked in with them, bitch. 100 niggas deep, let's get it. Yeah, this bitch finna have Wi-Fi, air conditioner, it's an elevator downstairs. Hey, get to work. Get to fucking work. That's how we did it. Nah, I remember. I was there. Fuck is you. I was one of the tallest niggas out there, bitch. I used to put the gold at the top. You remember the little gold at the top of the bitch? That was me, nigga. Fuck, that's me right there, holding that big slab down. I used to draw on that bit, these hieroglyphics, nigga. You don't know nothing about no fucking hiero shit. All you know is you eat a gyro.
I'm so glad Giants are back. It's my favorite thing that, like, every single social media platform is like, I guess we randomly have a significant section of our user base that just believes Giants are real again. I love it. But the most important part about it is that it's absolutely true. Look it up. Bush killed a giant in Afghanistan. It's all spelled out for you and everything you need to know. Power of the elements. This is funnier than flat earthers. Well, it's different than flat earthers because it's real. It's because of the Indiana Jones game. Oh, does the new Indiana Jones game explain that giants are real? If so, that yes, okay, then I believe it 100% unequivocally. Next up. Okay, fucking hell. So why Why have I brought this up? Let me see if I can find the original post about this. So, for the past couple of months, Democrats have been asking themselves one question, which is, how did we lose to Donald Trump? The answer, of course, is really not so easy, because it requires them to reconcile with the fact that their messaging is terrible, their policies aren't popular, and scolding people for not voting for a genocide is probably not a winning argument. So instead, they have turned to the next most important thing, which is they aren't going viral enough on social media. So this story is really interesting. You really should read it, because if nothing else, it gives you a glimpse into the mind of the people who are running these campaigns. It says Senate Dems spent one of their lunches on how they are getting outpaced in the social media sphere, as conservatives have found success amplifying their message. They talked about how to go viral, including the very memorable tuna melt moment for Warner in 2020. Do you guys remember the iconic tuna melt Mark Warner story? You guys don't remember the iconic tuna melt story? Of course I do, says CJ. Oh yeah? You do? Why don't you explain it to the class? Okay, well, I have the video right here. This is what they're talking about. And I'm going to be honest with you, I can't find anywhere where it has even remotely gone viral. The closest I've found is this tweet with 800 likes, and these videos with I guess this one has 500,000 likes, but that's on Kamala Harris's page, the Vice President of the United States. Let's watch this tuna melt video together, and if some of you have eaten recently, you're going to have to work to keep it down.
Hi, Virginia Senator Mark Warner here. I know during the period of coronavirus, it's a challenging time for all of us.
Already just off to a fantastic start. During the period of time of coronavirus, and also he just has these pauses that he could just do another take for or cut out, but here we go.
I've seen a number of the folks I work with put out videos where they sing a song or play an instrument or cook a favorite recipe.
Yeah, remember at the beginning of coronavirus when we were like, you know what? I'm just I'm in my cozy core era. I'm just feeling vibes right now. I'm going to sit outside and play a wonderful tune for the birds and animals. It took about 3 weeks for us to be like, hey, just so you all know, I've gone crazy. I spent too much time online, and now I think giants are real. Also, 1 million people died.
So I thought that I would create one of my favorite all-time recipes. Now, I'm going to be moving fairly quickly, so unless you're a professional chef, you may want to occasionally pause the video so you can keep up.
Okay, I'm going to be honest. We will be pausing the video a great deal.
Now, what I'm about to prepare, I grew up on, ate it a lot. I learned to make it very, very young. It is truly my real specialty.
My life's work,
so
this sandwich.
Today, we're going to create a tuna melt. What do we need? Well, we need some bread. We need mayonnaise.
Okay.
We need cheese.
Okay.
And we need good old-fashioned tuna.
All right. First up, already so fucking wrong in so many different ways. No, a tuna melt is not canned tuna. And let me be clear to all of you disgusting subhumans in New Jersey. A tuna melt is not topped with a piece of American plastic cheese. The people in New Jersey demand a wet-ass tomato slice and a piece of American cheese melted as best you can melt plastic atop a tuna melt. I'm sorry, use a white cheese, you freaks.
Let's get at it, all right? First of all, 2 pieces of bread.
Where is the on-call tuna farmer? Okay, listen. I'm not saying you can't use canned tuna. I'm saying you are meant to make tuna salad and then put that on top, not just a can of tuna.
Put them out on the plate. Open up the mayonnaise.
Okay, first off, this mayonnaise has seen some fucking action. I have never had a bottle of Hellmann's mayonnaise get to that position. They fill back up with air. How did that even happen? This thing looks like it has been strangled.
I love mayo. I know my kids hate mayo, but...
Oh, come on. That's a lot of mayo. But we are making... Okay, that's not that... Okay, it's a lot, but it could be you know, the entire can of tuna. Maybe it's not so
On
bad.
both sides.
Nope. We're doing it again.
Next comes the important part, the tuna. And my personal preference is chicken of the sea. You gotta make sure you...
Oh, look at that water just splashing all over it.
And my personal preference is
I want you to just watch the water that comes out of this can.
chicken of the sea. You gotta make sure you distribute this evenly across the bread in a way that's even and appropriate.
Dude, I don't want to see this.
If you're having trouble keeping up, you can pause because the placement of the tuna is very important. Next, your favorite cheese. For me, medium cheddar. And I'm a 2-slice man.
What is the text coming?
Put this on the other side of the bread. Put it in.
Oh, it's not even open face. Oh, don't put that shit in the fucking microwave. No.
Device. I'm going with the MVP 5, and one of my old favorites. Usually about 30 seconds.
There's just no way.
30 seconds. Enough time to wash our hands. Gotta wash that hand for close to 20 seconds, as we all know.
Oh, right. This was COVID. We had to do, like, performative acts. Wash my hands while I sing Mary Had a Little Lamb stuff.
None of the virus. Dry off nicely. Tuna melt extraordinaire.
It's not a melt. That's not a melt.
Cut this.
The cheese has not melted. Oh, you can see how soggy it is. Oh,
See,
fucking
you can
shit,
whip up
dude.
this favorite in virtually no time.
Oh, no!
Now, I can't get my wife and kids to eat these anymore, but
I wonder why.
I tell you, on a coronavirus day, nothing hits the spot more than a tuna melt. Now, I know these are challenging times. I hope you'll maybe be willing to try a tuna melt. We will get through this, Virginia. We will get through this, America, when we go back to basics. Thanks so much, and everybody stay safe. Take care.
That's unbelievable, man. The comments are turned off. Oh, no, man. That's disgusting. I don't want to see this, dude. This is
Coronavirus.
Listen, if you... Oh, bless his heart. He was just trying to help. But we have to have more moments like this, apparently. We have to have more moments like this. Honestly, disgusting. Honestly, really awful. All right, next up. Now, that looked disgusting, but we have more disgusting food. Nacho cheeseburger at Chorley FC. What do you think, guys? $9? Is this scran or not scran? I mean, I don't know what you're pissed off about. Look, they have everything. You got the nacho, you got the cheese in the center here, and then there's a burger. Like, what's the problem? That's all three. Mega scran for £9. People are like, what the fuck? English food is so gross. First of all, it's not food. It's like some other shit. Plus, scientists don't even know the ramification of its hazards yet. Oh, disgusting. Not good, folks. Not good. That looks like it would be great with a sauce. Oh, like we could put a quart of mayonnaise on it. Mark Warner style. All right, next up. Oh, this one's so painful. Okay. Together we could get stoned and listen to emo music. Yes, no fucking way. Yes, fucking way. Favorite emo band? You're being tested. Open notes. All right, chat, what's your favorite emo band? You can Google. MCR? Okay, you have to Google better than that. Wow. All of you saying MCR. Holy shit. Oh, There's a good one. Wait, and now it's gone. Marrow uses. Great answer. All right, here's the answer that they put. Does Hazley count? Does Halsey count? If not, then Evanescence. Nah, man. There are worse answers? I really don't think there are. Dream, maybe. Oh, how do you fumble like this? Really, go Google. Just Google. I guess you could say the Beatles. Yeah, I suppose so. Oh, not good. I did, in fact, unad. I justified. Come on. Oh, no. Next up. Okay, we did one SNL already. Time to make fun of them again. Check it out. Lin-Manuel Miranda as Alexander Hamilton on SNL.
Leaders, but know one thing. In America, we will never have a king.
Never say never. Getting him.
The long 2016. Long 2016 is never ending. Long 2016 is never ending. Libbers. Okay, I'm actually going to ruin this for you. Everyone was like, I can't believe they've learned nothing. They're still doing like Lin-Manuel Miranda rapping type shit. SNL is still as lame as ever. That's all true. But to their credit, in this sketch, they are making fun of Lin-Manuel Miranda doing this. Like, it's this bit you just saw. After that, there's 4 minutes of Trump riffs. And then he walks over to Lin. He's like, look at him. He thinks he's going to beat me by rapping. He wants to rap so bad right now. Come on. That's like, at least they're acknowledging that they fucked up. It's like, we're going to do all the same things as 2016, but we're going to have like a tongue-in-cheek kind of wink, wink, nudge, nudge about it. Maybe? Is that something? Oh, man. Next up. Oh, thank God. Finally, we have nighttime erection data for my 19-year-old son. Okay, so this comes from Brian Johnson. You guys familiar with Brian Johnson? If you're not, this is the anti-aging billionaire. And let me get out in front of the haters real quick about the anti-aging billionaire. This guy has used his unthinkable, Cretius levels of wealth to try and destroy the aging process. He's like 45 years old, and his andro age, as tested by this app, I guess, is 22. How is that happening? Well, it is because he has basically lived his life in such a way that he is a living vampire. He's like using his children as blood bags. He's eating all sorts of supplements and foods you couldn't imagine. It's adrenochrome, but for real. It really is. Now, I have to be real with you. I have no problem with this guy. I know everyone's like, oh, the anti-aging billionaire is such an evil man. Yeah, duh. All these people are evil. Is it so bad that one of them is using their billions of dollars not to get people to like them after being bullied in high school, but instead to try and defeat death? Like, come on. Is it such a big deal that so many billionaires are like, I'm going to become president of the United States so I can post epic memes? And we've got one guy like, the last great step for humankind is conquering our oldest foe, the great darkness that comes for us all, death itself. And, you know, clearly you have some other people off screen that are like, don't do it. Man was not meant to live in Perpetua. And he was like, fool. I will succeed where Icarus failed. Come on. We got to have some like Frankensteins. We got to have some people who are like doing mad science with their money. Where'd all the mad scientists go? Sorry, man, this guy's a weird Nazi. They're all weird Nazis. At least this guy thinks he's the modern Prometheus. Come on. Oh man, but the apex of it is this weekend. He posted this picture, which is Nighttime erection data from my 19-year-old son and me. His duration is 2 minutes longer than mine. Do you think he's like pissed about that? Look at this. He had 1 fewer erection for 2 fewer minutes, although his erection quality was 94 to 90. How are they measuring that, by the way? How are they measuring that? Their sleep efficiency was off the charts, though, by the way. That's unbelievable. Blood flow? Sure. Mohs cock hardness scale. We scratch it with a diamond. Ugh. Why do you want a boner while you sleep? I mean, you get boners while you sleep. That's how it works. Ugh. All right, next up. Let's talk about DeepSeek. Did you guys hear about DeepSeek? Okay. So all I have to say is President Xi, fire when ready. We, your diligent students here in America, are prepared to ally ourselves with the glorious empire of the People's Republic. Xiaohong Shu, as they say. Okay. So, this past week, China... I hate how this happens. Anytime something is invented or made in China, people are like, China has revealed X. It's like maybe some guys in China, but an organization in China has revealed their new AI model, DeepSeek, which to my understanding is a large language model. Now, there's a couple of things that are different with DeepSeek than with existing AI models. The first is that it is way, way more power efficient. The second is that it's fucking open source. And the third is it cost them pennies to make. There were people this weekend saying they had it going on a Raspberry Pi in their pocket. So what's being revealed kind of is that these LLMs and these AI organizations are actually not super difficult to make, but because so little is known about them and so few people know how to construct them, all of these AI firms and companies are fleecing the fuck out of governments and investors. Basically being like, we need $100 trillion. We need 9 billion data centers. We need 1 million tons of water. When realistically, what they want is investment money. They want the money. So what's happened today is what I can only call like trying to start up the Cold War again. A bunch of people being like, oh, actually DeepSeek is some sort of Chinese spy company designed to make America's economy crash.
There's one more secret I feel I have to share with you.
Okay, I guess Twitter is broken and just starts playing Family Guy in the background now. But it's great. I do like... Half of the people are like, wow, this is great that we have a language model that works to the degree this does. And the other half is like, it's completely fraudulent. Please continue giving open AI money, Mr. President Trump. Ugh. It's great. I love it. But I love this tweet. There is zero evidence DeepSeek is a psyop. The post also doesn't provide any sources. It's the opinion of the OP, whose father is a major OpenAI stockholder. Whoa, hey. The response, I'm not my father, okay? All right? Oh, man. Ugh. This seems like pure cope. Where are your facts? It's a highly funded and focused Chinese lab. When companies open source models, they do it to undermine private models. Yeah, I mean, kind of, right? I guess I would say that that's true. I just think that that's good. Lab leak theory? Yeah, but it's about fucking AI. All right, next up. Okay, this one was crazy. So this little shit fit I saw going, things women have ruined. The internet, video games, anime, the government, our demographics, polite society, food, comedy, movies, education, men. 23K, by the way. I love Elon Musk's Twitter. It's so good. Hetero gamer veteran, Christian nationalist, comedian, live streamer, cool guy, has chill day, and hashtag spaces host. I mean, we're all hashtag spaces hosts. I like this guy a lot. He looks like, one of the best examples of the hashtag soy right phenomenon. But this was quote tweeted by this lady who said, last time I checked, comedians were supposed to be funny. Okay, really lukewarm, like mid dunk. The quote tweet, last time I checked, women are supposed to be pretty. And let me tell you, the Diversity for Israel Foundation loved this one, another banger on Elon Musk's Twitter. I'm just so happy that this was the response. You need to be fucking serious. LMAO, I'm way out of your league. I'm sorry. Be fucking for real. And there's a lot of people in the responses that are like, both these people are 5s. They're totally perfectly looks matched. Be fucking for real. Even if this woman is a 5, which I don't think she is. Come on, this guy is not. Oh my God. Oh man. I think this guy could get to a 5, but I'm sorry. The hair, the beard, it's just not working for me. Holy shit. He needs face tattoos. With face tattoos and a little bit of soul, this quirked up white boy could actually make it work, but at present, holy fuck. I'm just glad people are doing this instead of being like doing Reddit quips. They're just like, let's take a step back. Dude, you are not fucking attractive. Oh man. Okay. Truth Armageddon. All right, next up. About a year ago, I was walking home carrying toilet paper and a teenager yelled, "That guy be shitting!" And his friends laughed and laughed. I never thought I'd be able to walk with TP and no tote bag. But today, I stopped living in fear. Wow. It truly is a new dawn in America. That's wonderful. I'm so happy to hear it. I will say, though, this guy be shitting. Oh, man. Good stuff. This is Gage. It is. Next up. Okay, this rocks. Thank you. I want to give a quick shout out to Rebecca for putting this on my dash. So as you know, the loony woke left is trying to cancel Australia Day. I actually didn't know that. I don't know what Australia Day is. I imagine it's the day that you get to jack off to Bluey guilt-free. Hashtag Australia Day 2025. The only people hating on it want endless warfare, free public transport. Oh, no, not that. And no consequences for violence, vandalism, and stealing. All right, let's listen to the wonderful song being played by this pro-Australia Day 2025 rock star. Are you guys ready? Sounds good. Sounds good. This is what we call near-death metal. It's true. Oh, hey. You're just mad that I can do something with my fucking guitar and hands that you'll never be able to do in your entire life, kid. So yeah, you're gay. I just, man, I don't know what to say. Oh man, why would you even upload this? Surely you know it sounds bad. Oh man. All right, next up. Oh, another banger ass baller ass Asmon take. Okay, let's listen to this one. Yeah.
It's the double standard. And I'm sorry, but I'm never going to vote for a person who's going to.
Oh, pick up? You got it. Yeah, I'll get you in, Daniel. Hello?
You're just mad I can do this with my fucking guitar hands.
If you're talking, you are really quiet.
Hey, you're just mad that I can do this with my fucking guitar hands. So yeah, you're gay.
You're just doing it with your mouth. I was ready for you to have the guitar. Oh, and he's gone. He's here to make the exact joke I made.
It's the double standard.
All right, let's watch Asmon.
I'm sorry, but I'm never going to vote for a person who's going to categorically put me at a disadvantage.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, any time that somebody is providing advantages to an identity group that I don't belong to, I will never support that.
That's like, it's an incredible perspective to be like, women's shelters, but I'm not women. Fuck you. But before you start tearing this man to shreds, okay? 1, remember that he's kind of the modern philosopher of our time, and 2, let's hear him out. Why is that?
Never. Why would I actively support somebody who's trying to disenfranchise me and hurt me? It's insane. So he's totally right that it's the policies, and it's also the messaging. The messaging is it's patronizing, it's rude, it's aggressive, it's awful, it's common sense, it's voting against your best interest. Yeah, people are obsessed with identity politics. Yeah, exactly. But how are you being hurt? Well, for example, like if somebody provides a benefit or a promotion that's available to a group of people that I'm not a part of, that would be an opportunity that I wouldn't have access to because of my identity.
I think it's time we employ the debate tactic we just learned from that woman and go, be fucking for real! What are you talking about? What if there's a promotion that I'm up for? You're not! You're a World of Warcraft streamer! What do you mean?
Do you understand? So, like, the moment that happens, I'm out. I'm totally out. I will never support somebody that will put me at a disadvantage because of immutable characteristics.
It's like, I guess this perspective makes sense if you work at like a company where they're like, we're fast tracking like an ethnic minority for like upper management so that we have a more diverse board or something. But you stream video games on the computer all day. Like, this is not something that ever affects you personally. How are your politics this focused around your identitarian characteristics, your personhood, but will never interact with the reality of what you do for a living, which is nothing? It's the same shit I do.
Maybe you do not need that. But I think I should be treated fairly, the same as everybody else is. And if somebody says that I shouldn't be treated fairly, and I should be put at a disadvantage, then I'm going to vote against them. And you can say that it's not fair or whatever. Never.
It's great. It's wonderful. Well, the core of this argument, this is the thing, is when you hear people like this, you kind of have to like unpack the most charitable interpretation of their argument you possibly can, because obviously what they're saying is insane. But if you do that, it's like, okay, programs that are designed to fast track people with different identitarian characteristics than I have could prevent people like me, I guess, a version of you that instead of streaming WoW did like coding, from excelling in a hypothetical job, right? But like one, that's not at all what we're talking about, right? Like the programs that he is criticizing specifically exist to correct for a historic imbalance that has prioritized you. And I guess there's like an argument that's like, oh, well, that priority for me is good. Like, I want to keep that going because I'm one of the people getting prioritized. I guess I would think, like, come on, be real. And second, like, it's just an entire worldview focused around the idea that life is completely zero sum. It's such a content creator mindset. That sounds like such a weird thing to say, but there are so many people I work with in the content creation space that are super, super scared of giving airtime or attention to other people because they're like, any other person that I platform or that appears with me or that's on the front page of Twitch or is the subject of like r/live stream fails for a week is in essence my competitor. And it behooves me to ensure that I have as few competitors as possible, completely discounting the fact that like that just isn't how streaming or life works, right? Like the cooperative element of so many of the I mean, look at the fucking SMPs, for instance, bring up like 10 or 15 people at once. What do you think a guild is, right? But regardless, I just love it. It's wonderful. I love hearing his takes that make sense if he had a job that he doesn't. I mean, I have the same problem, of course. That's why you all collab with Gage. He's harmless. The number one thing every Gage collabor wants to do is force Gage to make videos. Like, legitimately, every single person who is in consistent collabs with Gage is like, and what are we doing for your channel, Gage? And he's like, I don't know. And we're like, well, think of something! I'm secretly poisoning every other member of the Wonky Quartet, though. A rising tide raises all ships. That's what I'm saying. He is one of the top streamers, though, and that's because he only looks out for numero uno. Paging Dr. Ali Lukes. I added a clause in our lease that they are forbidden to cook with any spices that leave smells. Me and hubby drive past at random during dinner time for a smell check to make sure they are complying. We check their pantries during inspection to make sure there are no spices or anything that smells in their kitchen. Xiaohongshu! Okay, so what's going on here? Why? Oh, okay, I don't know. Maybe this is just my own terrible take. Doesn't the smell of cooking food smell wonderful? When I think of like my favorite smells in the world, it's like garlic that is frying, shallots that are frying, paprika, turmeric, garam masala. It's just like in the process of cooking, right? I guess there are some situations where you don't want to smell it. Like, I guess if you're like ill. I don't know. This is unbelievable. Maybe they don't want Indian spices just stuck after they move out. Then they shouldn't be landlords. If you're like, oh man, what if the smell of you cooking lingers in the apartment after you leave? Then you clean it. That's what you should do, right? That's your job. Olfactory ethics just keeps coming up. I'm gonna add a clause in my lease that my tenants can't fart or shit in the house. I will say I went to go get some clothes today. I got this. You know what? Actually, let me show off these pants I got. Got this nice denim. I finally invested in some nice denim, and I was trying it on in the fitting room, and I was blowing it up in there. And I was like farting and shitting, and the woman was like, "Would you like some help?" And I was like, "Don't come in here." Oh man. How much was it? It was free, actually. I went in and they were like, "Is that YouTube sensation Joseph Rothschild?" All right, next up. Thinking ChatGPT is useless is midwit. It's a magic box that answers any question you ask it, from levels ranging to modestly coherent to extremely proficient. If you haven't bothered to figure it out, derive some utility out of it, then you're just being lazy, to be honest. I gotta say, unsurprising that a moron who can answer questions ranging from modestly coherent to extremely proficient is dumbfounded by a piece of software that does the same. I think there are really good uses for ChatGPT. I don't think the selling point is if you type in a question, sometimes it'll get it correct. Like, what are you talking about? You don't understand. ChatGPT, if you ask it something, it is okay at responding. Yeah, me too. I am also okay at responding. We don't know if it'll be right. He's like describing ChatGPT like you've never seen this technology before unless you've used google.com. Grok is even better. Yeah, for sure. Google search level 2, LOL. Oh, man. Good stuff. Next up. Okay. Let's talk about the Elon thing. So you saw last week he was doing the Hitler salute. I maintain my position on that, which is, was he really doing the Hitler salute? I don't know. He's a stupid, awkward guy. But it sure looked like the Hitler salute. He at least should have had to be like, whoops, didn't mean to do the Hitler salute there. He's been crashing out since, and he's like doing this. Don't say Hess to Nazi accusations. Some people will Goebbels anything down. I guess he thinks it's like gobbles. Stop goring your enemies. His pronouns would have been he, Himmler. Bet you did not see that coming. It's actually crazy that as evil and dangerous as this guy is, he's just cringe, dude. He's just like so cringe. I'm sorry. It's just, man, he's just not good at doing bits. This is why he needed $300 trillion in order to get people to like him. He's not interesting. Relax, leftists. It's called dark humor. I've been a big fan of hashtag dark woke these past weeks, and people are like, I just pushed my mom down the stairs for voting Trump. Dark woke. I've been really enjoying those. Oh, man. All right, next up. Well, if you think that Elon Musk and the Republican Party are dangerous for America, don't worry, because we have the Democrats to save us. Let's actually look at the House Minority Leader and my former representative, Hakeem Jeffries. Let's check it out. Presidents come and presidents go. Through it all, God is still on the throne. Look at my fucking opposition party, dog. Well, what are we gonna do? You know, God is good. Oh my God, dude. You're kidding me. Holy moly. All right, first off, come on, dude. Not everyone here is we got to get some more epic Reddit atheists in Congress. They got to be telling this guy stop. Second off, dog, it's your job to stop this president. Don't put it up to God. He's busy, all right? He's got a lot on his plate. Oh, geez. I don't understand why so much of American politics is rooted in religion. Well, in many ways, it's strange that the GOP has become like the party of Christ because, you know, the Democrats, I mean, I think work a lot better as like the godly party because when you ask them to do something, they just go, oh, we'll think on it. We'll pray for it. You know, they fucking hell, dude. This is pathetic. I don't know what to say. I've fucking, and God will give Trump a third term. I don't know, man. Truth Chernobyl, actually. Next up. I'd like to show you, finally, an ad that I received on twitter.com. I, Elise Oyen Kromenifeya, my pregnancy and all babies in me have never agreed to be the host of Voodoo Spirit. Spirits and gods, and we never will. I am married to no voodoo spirit. Spirits and my pregnancy in my womb is not calabash, house for them to stay in. Now, repeat viewers of the show will notice I got this shit again! It's a second wave of this exact ad! This is the old version of the ad that was delivered to me! I keep getting this. Why do I keep getting this fucking ad? Oh my God. I don't know. Is this the last person advertising on X.com? I used to see ads for Pepsi on here. Now I'm getting this multiple times a year for like a week period. It's all I see when I open the application. You've been doing too much Voodoo Man. I was supposed to stay away from the Voodoo Man. Someone was trying to tell me that. All right, last one. Okay, so in Britain, if you're unfamiliar, when you pull the cap off like a bottle of soda, it flips off, so you can then flip it back on. This is how you use it. Open it fully, it clicks in place, you drink and pour. It never touches your face, it's not that complicated to use. And this person posts a picture of them drinking it in such a way that it does touch their nose. And this person responds, "It's a humiliation ritual, like many of the things we were subjected to until recently." I get being upset about them in like an annoyance kind of way. Be fucking for real! Come on. It's a humiliation ritual. I love it's a humiliation ritual because you have to drink it like this. What happens if you turn that bottle 90 degrees? Doesn't that solve the problem? Am I crazy? I feel like we don't do that here. I see. Okay, I understand. Now, I know what you're thinking. Who is this guy? Jonathan Blow. Well, would you guess that he is the developer of Braid? And in celebration of his achievement, let's pull up the Soulja Boy clip.
Oh man, hey, it's your boy Soulja Boy. Tell them, hey, they got this game right for people who smoke or people who drink. Like if you drink beer and you get drunk, or if you smoke weed and you get high, and you just anything like if you just be getting fucked up, they got this game right. Oh no, this shit called Braid. Oh no, fuck. Hey, watch this shit.
Whoever gave Soulja Boy Braid, by the way, thank you so much.
About this little guy in a suit and he walk around and he ain't got no point to the game. You just walk around jumping on shit. It look like Mario in the future. And it's Mario in a business suit with his hair dyed orange and a tie on. And he just walk around jumping shit. But what's the funny part about it, you can do this right here. Watch this. You. What you do? How you do that? How you do that? If you didn't catch that, I just went back in time. Through the whole game, he just be going back in time. Watch this shit. Like you about to die. You be like, oh. Shit, I'm gonna die. Hey, then the nigga just come back. Watch this shit. Watch this shit. Watch this shit. Right here. So say like he go up here, right, and he fall in the fire. I sucked your ass out, bitch. Watch this shit.
Yeah, he's having so much fun with it. Holy fuck. And then, of course, let's watch Jonathan Blow crying about this clip.
Hey, it's your boy Soulja Boy. Tell them, they got this game, right? Oh, no, this shit called Braid. Oh, no, fuck. Hey, watch this shit. It's about this little guy in a suit, and it look like Mario in the future. And he just walk around jumping shit, but what's the funny part of
working on this thing in isolation, for the most part, and then suddenly it gets out and a lot of people, like tens of thousands of people, play it in the first few days. And you see that all over the internet, and for me, that was actually a very negative experience.
when Braid was coming out, when people would talk about it online, and this was sort of the birth of like, the really like serious birth of like blog commentary, of like lots of people on blogs writing actually pretty good stuff about what they were playing and what they thought of it. Every time you mentioned his name, he would like show up in your comments almost instantly. Like his
he's doing the A-Drive Alestrals thing.
Google Alerts, I don't even think he uses Google Alerts. I think he has something that's like better than Google Alerts. So he'd pop up and comment and reply to things or correct people on things, and became kind of famous for it. Penny Arcade has kind of cracked about it before.
I found that there was this perception of me on the internet that was running away very quickly from who I think I am, and that was kind of disturbing. And there didn't seem to be much that I could do about that. So that was actually a pretty negative experience. And I was actually seriously depressed for probably 3 or 4 months after Braid came out.
The Eager Raptor video.
You know, when you work a long time on something really intricate like that, there's a hope that people are going to understand, you know, the things that you did, and that you'll have some line of communication with your audience and things like that. And what some of the most demoralizing things were actually positive reviews of the game. The game would come out and people would say, oh, this game's great, you know, 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10, and they'd say what's good about the game. And in many cases, it would be just a very surface understanding of the game that didn't even see what I thought was most special about it. Not that many people understood. And that was a little bit heartbreaking in a way. It's like, oh, I visualized that I was gonna have some kind of connection with people through this game. And they think it's great, but the connection isn't there because they're kind of living in a different world still. So they think it's great for some of the reasons that I do, but not for other.
And they ain't got no point to the game. You just walk around jumping on shit. It look like that.
They're not seeing the most important thing.
This shit's stupid as hell, man.
This shit's stupid as hell. Oh! Cinema.